Hey, it is Dane and it is Evelina. We are Team Sparkling Grind. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on who the viewer is watching or when they're watching. Hello, Evelina.
Hello, everybody. How are you
Oh,
doing?
I hope it finds everybody doing well. We're getting so close to the end of the school year. It just seems like the other day we were in San Marcos, right? At the kickoff of the year. Do you agree? Doesn't it seem like it was
I
just
do.
yesterday?
I cannot believe how quickly this year has gone, and we've only got 2 more months left. It's just
Crazy.
incredible.
Crazy. I always say that the future doesn't happen fast enough and the past happens too fast. And it's what we do in the middle that ultimately changes us.
And
So
you know
we've
what
been asked,
researchers say, Dane?
what's that?
Researchers say if you feel time goes too fast, that means you're really enjoying life. It's in the moments when you don't enjoy life that it goes really slow. But if life is going fast, that means you're really enjoying the moment and living in it.
Oh, I like that. And that's what we want to do is we want to motivate and empower you to live in the moment. To take joy in the ordinary, live
Yep.
life in awe. Those are the things. This morning I did an Instagram video and I'm literally the birds seemed like they were on top of my head like a Disney cartoon. They were like circling around my head. It was so loud. And I thought about moving somewhere else. I'm like, no, there's such a joyful noise, right? They were just saying that they were up and the sun was going to rise, and this was another opportunity for them to do whatever the birds need to do. So,
And that is so funny because I just read this morning about the birds of the air and talking about how we feel that God is not in everything. Sometimes we feel like he isn't moving. And they were just like, just look at the birds. If he cares about the birds, how much more does he care about you? And it said, spend time listening to them sing. And just amazing how they can fly in the air and use their wings. And it just kind of reminded me of life. We a lot of times stay in this caterpillar like phase, but it's just truly when we decide to become a butterfly and spread our wings and just the beauty and all of that. So that's funny that you bring up the thing about birds.
go be a monarch butterfly, right? So there's a
Yeah.
really good lead in it, and when Evelyn and I sit and we talk, we probably talk for over an hour, by the way, before we click record. So I just came back from an amazing mastermind retreat in Austin with people from all over the world doing amazing things. So Evelina really asked me to share, and I'm going to share with you really what I learned and what I'm doing and what we're doing together, right? Is to empower you to believe and be your most authentic self, to understand that there's only going to be one of you. That's it. There's a million different ways to teach you how to teach. There's a million YouTube videos that teach you how to sing, play guitar, do cross stitch, whatever it is, to send emails. But the one defining factor that makes you different is you.
You.
It's you. So I thought this was super impactful. So the gentleman that was one of the many people that poured into us over the 3 days intensive, he said, Evelina, give me one or two artists or musicians that Hope likes.
She loves so many. She watches these YouTube kids all the times and their families, like the Ninja Kids, but she also loves Torn Wills. He's a fabulous Christian singer and she loves Lauren Daigle. So I could go on and on, but those are just some of the people that have millions of followers.
So imagine though, there are also people that don't like who they are or what they do, right? And so I don't know about you, but I get rated every day in what I do. Amazon gets rated. There's products every day, one star, 5 stars. But those three people that you mentioned or organization you mentioned probably have hundreds and hundreds of 1 star reviews. And no matter what we do and put ourselves out there, none of us are going to have that many negative reviews. So go be you. And when you are changing the world, when you are putting yourself out there, there are going to be trolls out there that just say they don't like you. So what?
And
They
I'm
need to go get
thinking, where do they have the time to even write all of that? They need to go
exactly
find their that time and put it into something positive.
something more positive, right? So here's the deal. This is what we look as an educator. I know we don't get enough praise. We don't get enough people telling us we're doing great things. And we're pouring into children every single day. And that's the future. So remember to show up as your most authentic self. So the analogy I'll use, here's the bell-shaped curve, right? That's where most people are. But those people that shine their light the brightest, those people that change the world and empower the world or impact their community are outside that curve. And that's every one of you because you step up, you stand in front of that classroom and makes you different. You're on that car line, it makes you different. It's easier to be a turtle inside your shell and be all quiet. There's nothing wrong with being an introvert, and introverts change the world too. And if you're an introvert, be the best introvert you can be. If you're an
Yes.
extrovert, stand on top of the mountain and shine your light.
Yes.
like so much. Be your beautiful, authentic self. Every scar, every experience, every joyful day, every sad day, and embrace them and know
Be a
that's what's
city on a
made
hill.
you be a city on the hill. So I literally, I'm sitting down just because the way my camera is, but I feel like I should stand up.
I know, right?
Yeah, I want you to live in the pause, those little moments that are quiet, reflection, look and give your smile. If you haven't read Mel Robbins' High Five Project, I think it's called, she literally says, while you're putting on your makeup, I don't really wear a lot of makeup, but I do brush my
Take a
teeth.
lot of time combing your hair.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Um, literally high five yourself in the mirror and see how it makes you feel. Give yourself that time. Give yourself that high five. Pour into you first, because there's only one of you and there's only going to ever be one of you. And if each of us would step into our light, our brightness, and we said the differentiating factor is each one of us. Evelina and I can read the same book, and our response and delivery about the book is going to be different because we're different. And Evelina was talking about God.
Yeah.
God, the entity, made you unique. Embrace unique. Be the unicorn that you are. That's really
You know,
my big
Dane,
message today.
I was telling you, I help a lot with kids services on the weekends. This past weekend, I led the kids service at our church. The adults go into the main sanctuary, and then the kids have their own Bible study and their music, and it's tailored to them and it helps them understand. There's been a lot of different lessons that have hit me just different. I've heard these Bible stories over and over, and it was just when I hear it from a kid's perspective and take it back down to just common everyday terms, and it just makes me realize, or it hits me differently. Just like when we do a speech to someone or we tell someone the same thing over and over, but then we come in and do it, and all of a sudden it just rings with them. It's because it's at the moment that they needed to hear it, that they're able to receive it. We can say things 100 times and it can just go one in one ear and out the other. But what I want to remind these teachers as I was going through service and leading was that a lot of times we're planting seeds, and we may not see that seed completely flourish. We may not see that tree grow, but just being a part of the process. So when they're in college, because these years are so instrumental to their growth, their well-being, is just to know that you are a part of that journey. And so don't give up, don't be discouraged, continue to push forward, give them all that you got. Like you said, shine your beautiful self, be that bright light for them, because you're planting that seed right now. And although you may not see it come all the way, and fully flourish, you are a part of that process, and you should be saying high five. You should be high fiving yourself. You should be pouring into yourself, and just knowing not everyone can be an educator. What you do is crucial to this whole world. If it wasn't for you taking care of these students at this age, a lot of you spend more time with the kids than their own parents get to do, because they're at work, working 2 or 3 jobs, having to hold it down. They have those 3 or 4 hours at the end of the night, and you're with them for 8. So just know what you do is so important.
Amen. And at the end of the day, just stand in the light. That's it.
Yes.
Stand in the light, embrace
Yes.
the light, let this light shine. Hey, you know what? We only have one more Wellness Wednesday, and it's coming up. But either way, stand in your light. Look, email me. And then, Evelina, I'm going to have your email address. Email me at dane@daneboyle.com and tell me how did you stand in the light. I would love to support you and Evelina. I know Evelina would love to support you too. So if it's email Evelina, what's your email address, Evelina?
My email is Evelina, that's EVELINA .solis, SOLIS, at gmail.com. And we just look forward to hearing from you always. We've built a relationship for months now. You know how to reach us, and we look forward to reading them.
Exactly. Go be amazing and stand in your light. Thank you so much.